Welcome to my channel. I'm Eric Wood. I'm an independent software developer with over 25 years of experience. I consider myself to be incredibly fortunate to be hands-on and technical at this stage of my career. I created this channel to share my knowledge and experience to help developers like you become highly compensated technical performers. Throughout my career, I've had just about every kind of role in software you can imagine, with the exception of quality. Within my first 3 years, I found myself leading teams. And I bought into the myth that growing your career in software meant increasing management responsibility and a constant struggle to stay technical and engaged with the code base. I firmly believed that the only way to grow my career would be to find excitement in something outside of building software, or to accept a role that didn't fulfill me in exchange for increased compensation. Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't hate my job, but looking back, it was a poor substitute for the joy that I have experienced since I committed myself to my true passion. So I tried to compensate by trying to do what was required of me, at the same time trying to be a contributing developer. And that's a recipe for burnout as you try to meet the expectations of your leadership and deliver on your sprint commitments. Inevitably, I would often slow down the team as I failed to deliver within a sustainable pace, and my sprint tasks would carry over sprint after sprint. I tried not taking sprint commitments by working on features or defects that were off the critical path and had no dependencies. But at the end of the day, you're still impacting the code base and the team, and I just couldn't justify that in order to satisfy my needs. I joined an organization with an interesting solution to the problem: 2 tech leads. One tech lead would go to the meetings and do the reporting that was required, and the other tech lead would stay hands-on. And every sprint they would switch. It was a novel idea, but in practice it didn't work. In practice, management often required both tech leads to attend the meetings, and a tech lead couldn't work on a feature that spanned multiple sprints without pair programming with the other tech lead, which was impossible because the other tech lead was always in meetings. So I tried to strike the best balance that I could, staying engaged with my team technically while meeting the expectations of my leadership. I researched, I prototyped, I mentored, I pair programmed, and mostly I worked insane hours as I tried to meet the needs of my organization and my team, while at the same time meeting my needs to be fulfilled in my career. The cracks in the myth began to appear when I read a book called Radical Candor by Kim Scott. In the book, she talks about superstars and rock stars. Superstars are motivated by growth in their responsibility, motivated by promotion and achieving higher levels within an organization. Rock stars are motivated by growth in their craft and becoming the best they can be within their role. And I knew that I was a rock star. And then I got laid off, and it was the best thing that could have happened to me. As I'm looking into my next roles, I'm finding a lot of hands-on technical roles. And thanks to an incredibly supportive partner, I am asking for more compensation, significantly more compensation than I was making previously. And they weren't balking. I ended up landing a job as a principal engineer, and it was a dream job. My job was to deliver as much value to the product as I possibly could, and I was largely free in how I went about that. Yes, I mentored team members, I provided guidance, I helped create standards and practices, but I did it from within the team, collaboratively. Now you may be asking yourself, what sets apart a highly compensated technical performer? Well, it isn't about being good at coding. It's about excelling at your craft and delivering way more value than is expected of you. When an organization looks at paying you what you're asking, they're going to be thinking that they could probably hire 2 junior developers for what they're paying you. So you have to deliver more value than 2 junior developers. Now, it doesn't mean you have to deliver more code, lines of code. It means more value. And it isn't easy. But if you're committed to staying technical, with lessons from me and from others, you can get there. In this channel, I want to share my knowledge, my experience, my insight to help you become a high-impact developer. Whether you're just starting out in your career or you're looking to level up your skills, you're in the right place. So if you're passionate about delivering outstanding value, if you're eager to learn, and you're ready to take your career to new heights, then I invite you to please hit the subscribe button and join our growing community of like-minded developers.